So hi guys, I'm Jitendra from BNLF here, and I'm with Christoph. He's one of the speakers here in BNLF. So Christoph, please share your journey. That how did you get started in this content marketing?
Yeah, so I was originally a journalist, told stories in the newspaper business,
Yeah.
and then kind of moved along in different industries. And currently I mostly help hospitals with share their stories through blogging, social media, those kind of things.
Okay. So how did you get started in this content marketing world? Because right now this niche is very competitive right now. You have a lot of competitors here right now. So how did you share the space with them?
Yeah, I try to figure out what my unique value proposition is, right? So I'm trying to help organizations and people, everybody, share their authentic stories, not just to go after the bottom a dollar or something, but actually to make an impact, to share things that people care about. That goes a little deeper.
So you want to share something about your blog?
Yeah, so my blog is actually the Authentic Storytelling Project, authenticstorytelling.net.
Yeah.
And there I blog weekly on how do you share your story. Sometimes I share my own unique stories. So it's kind of a mix. It's really not that personal. When I do share a personal story, I kind of make jokes at the end, and I say, this is really not about how do you do it, but more about me. And but since I got a login, I can do that. So I kind of make fun of that. But.
So how do you get traffic to your blog? You share on social media. So what kind of social media the channels you use?
Yeah, so I use all the relevant channels. I participate on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, of course, Pinterest. But as you heard me say earlier, it's not all about linking either. It's about that 60-30-10 formula, right? 60% you're just talking, you're not actually making people click, you're just participating, you're sharing stuff from your site, but it's cut up, there's no link. 30% is responding, sharing other people's content.
So you engage with the audience and tweet them about the content and all these things.
And then 10%, you share links. And click-through rates are so low anyways that you got to engage a little more than just sharing links.
Okay, so yeah. So how much experience you have in this content marketing industry?
How many years?
Yes, of experience.
How many years? I don't know, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, something like that.
So 6 years.
Technically, as a journalist, that wasn't content marketing, but it's very closely related.
It's closely related.
Very closely, yep.
Yeah. So do you use any kind of content marketing tools for your daily workout?
Yeah, of course. I mean, WordPress, I use that for my site. Hootsuite, I use that to schedule social media posts. The native apps, Twitter app, that sort of thing, to share things. Facebook, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. So do you use Facebook ads or AdWords to get the traffic on your blogs or traffic on your sites?
So I do help clients do that very strategically, but for my own blog, I don't spend very much money. Every once in a while, I do like a promoted post on Twitter, promoted post on Facebook, but for the most part, it's either organic on social, or now it's starting to pick up for search traffic.
Traffic. Okay. So do you have any mentors in your industry? Do you follow them?
Oh, I follow all kinds of people. I have mentors, I guess, in different industries.
So do you want to share some of their names?
Yeah, so some of the people, that have had an influence on me. Chuck Peters, he's a CEO at a big at a regional media company. And, some of his thinking on how do you engage people. C. Peters, IA on Twitter. Joe Polizzi, of course, is a big influence. He's the founder of the Content Marketing Institute. Who else? I'm sure there's others. It's kind of like you see people come up, in Twitter, and it's like, okay, now they're back top of mind. Yeah. I mean, like Jeff Boulos today, I follow him for a long time, but how often do you see him when you see him, it moves so fast.
Yeah. So you follow Jeff Boulos, right?
Who?
Jeff Boulos.
Jeff? Yes. Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you follow him. So how do you use blog for your business?
Yeah, I mean, so I just try to be relevant, right? So how do I share things that I have something to say about and that people find relevant?
So do you sell services like content marketing or content writing on your blog?
Yeah, so my team at MedTouch for hospitals, we have a whole team. They come in, they execute everything for you. They do blog writing, social media, anything. So you can actually hire that team to do that. Through my blog, you can also hire me to give strategic advice. I don't usually personally don't do any ghostwriting for other people, but certainly you can hire the team if you're in that
Hire the
industry.
So, right.
What else? Yeah, consulting, teaching, training, those kind of things.
Those kind of things. So, do you think that social media is important for any brand? Social media.
Absolutely. Sometimes people say, "Oh, this brand social media doesn't work for them." Totally baloney. It works for any brand. You just got to figure out what are the rules for that particular brand.
Yeah.
Financial industry, they have a lot more rules than
Yeah.
I do. You just got to figure out how to work with them and make it work within that container.
Okay. And how do you network with the experts in your niche? How do you meet them at the events, or you add them on Facebook, LinkedIn? So what kind of stuff do you do to network with the very big people in your business?
Yeah, so I just connect with people. It's some networks are easier than others. Twitter, you can connect with anybody really. Thing is, you don't see them all that often because it just moves so fast. The other day, I walked away from Twitter for like 8 hours, and there's like 44,000 new tweets. I mean, good luck catching up, right? So that's a little easier. Facebook, I don't usually connect until I meet people in person. I know, we connected a little before, but you were on Jeff's page. I was connected to him.
Yeah, you saw that I was commenting on Zeph Bullah's
Right.
page, so you find that something is
Right.
authority
Right.
because Zeph was replying to my comments.
Right. Yep.
Okay.
So it's kind of a little backwards, but that's you just connect with people. You try to be relevant. You don't have to connect with everybody. There's some
Everybody.
thought leaders out there I disagree with, and I publicly do, and I think we just don't even talk because we just don't ever disagree on anything. We don't ever agree on anything.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. So how to build an authority in this very competitive world of social media? How to build authority?
how about what?
Authority. Authority.
Authority?
Yeah.
Well, first you got to figure out what you're going to talk about, and then what do you know about it. So if you don't know what you're talking about, so you can be out there, but you can't be out there so much that people can't actually not see it.
And that's it, yeah.
So you can push it, but then you got to bring it back just enough that people actually can think that's possible, right? So if you were so out there and it's like, how would you ever do that? Like now you're just a nutcase.
Okay.
So you can't be too far out there, but just enough where people are still comfortable, but not uncomfortable.
Yeah. Right. So one last question. So how is your experience in India for the first time?
Yeah, it's been a good experience. I think I would probably do the travel a little different next time. I came, a couple days early. I was going to get acclimated, and that really didn't work out. I mean, Anoop was kind of kidding earlier, and I was actually in the back of the room, but he says, "Oh, maybe Christoph is sleeping." I was not sleeping, but literally yesterday I slept all day. The day before I went sightseeing, and it's been interesting. I probably would have come a day later or a couple days later and just kind of sucked it up a little more instead of trying to acclimate. Doesn't really work. But it's been an interesting experience. Hope we come back. If there's something else going on at some point. 27-hour trip, and actually,
so far it's very far.
and actually, I started in Phoenix. I had a meeting in Phoenix, so that's another couple hours west of where I am normally. So I actually had like a 29-hour trip on the way here, but in general, like 27 hours, which,
Okay. Great. So one last quick question, and
Yeah.
how is the experience at BNLF right now?
great experience. It's good to see people coming together, hundreds of people. Great to see, great questions. People are engaged. I speak at other conferences, and I don't know that I had that many people ever come up to me. I mean, you witnessed
Right.
that. You were
Yeah.
trying to set up this interview, and like every 2 steps, somebody had a question or somebody
Yeah.
wanted to say thank you for the presentation. Looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Those kind of things. So I think there was probably a little more engagement there than I normally
Engagement
see.
is higher right now.
Yeah, I think so. Like the one-on-one was higher than normally. Even same kind of crowd. A lot of times you get like a couple people, and then it's like everybody goes off to does whatever else they're doing.
Right. Okay, thank you, Christoph, for this interview, and I hope you enjoyed this interview and you're having great experience at BNLF, right?
bet.
Thank you. Thank you,
bet.
Krish. Thank you.